Hey guys, Marlo back again with another Neca review, and today I have the ultimate armored Lost Predator here, as we have seen from the movie Predator 2. Now this is the ultimate version, and so he's a little bit different from what Neca has released before. This character we have only seen in the movie for just a brief few seconds, and he doesn't quite appear the way he does in this figure. Neca released a figure a long time ago that was a little bit more accurate to what we see in the film, without the helmet, and yeah, I'll go into that a little bit more, but let's go and look at the packaging first. You can see some nice artwork there for the front of this ultimate figure, the side of the box, back of the box there showing some nice product images of the figure inside. And as you can see, it includes a light up LED masked head, sword, throwing disc, and interchangeable hands. You can see some of the other members of the Lost Tribe there on the side. So I suppose Neca is going to eventually make ultimate versions of all of these, which is going to be pretty insane. I believe I have all of them already in their previous releases, so I'm basically going to be doubling up on the whole collection, I suppose. And if you want to, you can pause the video to read up all of this. This is some brief history on the Lost Predator here. And we'll keep moving on. The other side of the box, 30th anniversary. Real quick, the top of the box, meant for ages 17 and up, so for the more mature collectors out there, not the little kids. And like all the ultimate boxes, we have the flap door that opens up to reveal the figure inside, as well as another cool product image there on the inside of the flap door. You can see the extra hands. He has the shuriken weapon there, as well as his laser sword, or I don't know, it's a funky sword there with, I believe, some kind of laser addition on the edge of the blade. The open mandible head, closed mandible head, and the armored head there. And as I was saying earlier, we do see him in the film, I believe, just really briefly, but he looked different. He didn't have this armored piece, and yeah, I believe this armored head too is also an addition we've never seen before in the film. But Neca did release a version before. The first version, I believe, was without the armored helmet, so we see him with just the head, and he didn't have the armored crotch piece there. And later on, we do get a Neca release with the armor and the helmet only. So what's really new to this edition is the open mandibled head there, so that's new, as well as a whole bunch of new articulation and paint jobs, and I guess some resculpts here and there. So if I can find some pictures, I will throw them up for some comparisons. But without further ado, let's go ahead and open them up and take a closer look at the figure out of package. Okay guys, and here is the figure out of the package along with his accessories. But before we take a closer look at all of those, wanted to show you guys the backdrop that comes in the package. Makes for a cool diorama setup there if you want to keep that. That's a scene there from Predator 2, of course, at the end of the film. And I failed to show this earlier, the bottom of the box, just in case you're interested there, some information about the helmet and battery replacement, as well as the credits there for the talents involved with the making of the figure and the barcode. And last but not least, let's look at the instruction sheet that comes with the figure itself. You have, again, some information as to replacing the batteries and how to operate the helmet there. So again, that is also included in the figure. So without further ado, let's look at the accessories. We have, of course, the extra hands. We have an open hand there, two right hands, and an extra left hand there, a grasping hand for the sword. He has the shuriken, as you can see there, looking pretty cool. And last but not least, for his weapons, he has the sword here, which is a high-tech looking sword with, I believe, a laser edge, so that's pretty cool. And new to the set is the open mandible head, so that's kind of cool. So again, there were two versions before. There was the version that came with, I believe, that head sculpt. The paintwork, I think, was different on that original release, and he also came with a sort of a loincloth as instead of the armored piece there. And the second release was just the armored version, which basically had a similar helmet like this, and you know, the armored pieces there. I think it was also painted a little bit differently, and of course this helmet is different from that previous release because it is an electronic piece. You can see there the tab, so let's pull that. Ooh, it's kind of wedged in there good. So let's pull that out. Thought I could do that with one hand. Okay, I'm gonna have to set this down. It is really jammed in there. So again, let's see if I can, there we go. Easier with two hands. And there is a push button here at the top. There you go, you can see that light up effect working pretty good. So that is really neat and a nice new addition. Oh, I think I have it locked in place now. You can see it glowing underneath there. That's pretty funny. There we go, got it released. So I guess you can lock it in place. And again, very cool. So to give you guys a nice look at the details on the helmet, there we go. And a closer look at that new head sculpt there with the open mandibles. Again, I believe the paint deco there is different from the previous release. And as far as other toy companies, I know Hot Toys came out with this version of the Predator. Again, he did not have that armored crotch piece. From what I can recall, he had pretty much the other armor there, and I think the paint deco on his head was also different. I'll try to throw in shots along the way on the video for comparison. So let's take a closer look at the figure itself. If you have the older previous version of the armored Lost Predator, again, I think the paintwork is different. It might be a little bit more blue on the armored piece from what I can recall. This looks a little bit darker all around, but yeah, I think there was a little bit more blue in the old armor. And you can see the details there at the back. So let me show you some of the articulation points. So that is something new with this version as well, more articulation. Don't recall exactly what we had with the old version, but we'll go through this new version. We have double joints at the elbow, so you get a nice bend there to both elbows. Of course, flex at the wrists, as well as rotation, ball joint at the head, rotation there at the chest area, as well as the waist. A little bit of a crunch there along the chest and abs. Legs do go forward and back, as well as out. Now with mine, it really was stuck there at the thigh joints, so you might, well, I really recommend heating it up. I use a blow dryer most of the time, but in this case you might want to actually use some boiling water because this area really stuck on mine. So again, be careful, you don't want to break your cool new Ultimate figure. Double joints at the knees. Oops, see, it's still a little sticky, but yeah, we get it to bend. Rotation at the ankle area, as well as pivot. So I think that's pretty much most of the articulation. I feel like it can swivel at the thigh, but again, mine seems really stuck, so I'm not going to force it. At least I got the legs to go out and forward, so hopefully that's good enough for me. So that's mostly it as far as articulation. let's see, let me get him set up with some of his weapons to give you guys a look at how he is all armored out. And here is my ultimate armored Lost Predator with his helmet swapped out, also the hands. I believe the right hand there is better suited for holding the shuriken, and the left hand there is better for the sword. And that's kind of funny because on the package it shows him more with the right hand holding the sword, but don't be fooled by that. I recommend the left hand for the sword wielding hand, and again the right for the shuriken. I have the LEDs on, so hopefully you can make that out in the helmet. And he looks pretty cool there with the nice backdrop, again included in the package. Let's see, real quick, I did get to loosen the thigh area just a little bit while I was messing with the figure, so there is some rotation there, which was really stuck. It's still kind of stuck on the left leg, so again, I don't want to force it. I'm probably going to have to heat it up a little bit more, unfortunately, but yeah, you can see there should be some rotation there, as well as the ability to swing out. And also around the gauntlet, if I didn't point that out earlier, there's some rotation there. So let's see, yeah, on both sides, a little bit sticky. Oh, there we go, got it looser on the left hand. So more points of articulation. Just be careful, you know, Neca, if you guys have been collecting for a while, and if you have been collecting all of the Lost Predators so far, this should make for, I believe, the third version. So I think I have them all. There is, yeah, again, the version without the helmet, then the armored version with the helmet, and now this ultimate version with not one but two extra head sculpts there, and the helmet, as well as the light up feature, which is really cool. So that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this unboxing and review. Did I go over the height? Let me show you that really quick. He stands at, what does it look like, guys? Around 8 inches tall there. Got his knees bent a little bit, so he might be just a tad over 8 inches tall, but just to give you guys a general idea of the height. But yeah, that's it. If you guys enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. Be sure to share the video, like the video, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. As always, take care, stay safe, keep on collecting, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.